Hardy High Campers, hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. And got the rucksack on the back, locked and loaded, out for another camp. So that's Friday afternoon today, mid-afternoon. I've sloped off work a tiny bit earlier than normal, and I'm out for a bimble. Left the car at home. Just on a, I think this is a burial ground, sort of Bronze Age or thereabouts. Don't see many of these around my neck of the woods. Lovely bit of graffiti on the trees. Big head. Yeah, left the car at home, out for a camp, and I've hiked about 2.5–3 miles thus far, but I didn't film the vast majority of it because I was walking through suburbia where I live. To get out into the sticks, you've got to do a mile or so before you get out into this glorious countryside. But hey ho, the effort's always worth it. Nice to get under the woodland as well, because it was really hot out in the fields and the exposed areas. There's a nice breeze blowing through this woodland, which is very good. But I'm packing a lot of my sort of old school camp kit today. Got my wool bedroll and an army surplus canvas poncho, a plash palatka. It's an ex sort of Soviet issue to the Romanian army, I believe it was. It's only 6 foot square though, the poncho, so it's quite bijou, quite cosy. Regular viewers of my channel have seen me use it once or twice before. I'm setting it up a little bit differently today. Still going to do a plough point with it, but I'm going to set it a little bit higher, try and give myself a bit more living space under it. And I'm going to need some living space because the weather forecast is a bit challenging later today. We've got thunderstorms forecast and storm warnings issued, so I'm going to need to make sure I've got some good cover and protection from the rain. But I've never used this poncho in the rain before, so I don't actually know how waterproof it's going to be. I've got a feeling it might let a bit of water by, but we'll see. What's the worst that'll happen? I'll get a little bit wet. At least it's not going to be cold. Yeah, it's quite mild today. I think tonight's temperatures are creeping up towards 20. It's going to be high teens at the lowest point, so certainly not going to be cold tonight. But yeah, got a little bit further to go. Look at that bird. I'll bring you back when I arrive in camp. Bye for now. Here we go then, folks. Been at this spot. I've camped at this spot once before. It's a bit of a slope, but I can work with that and make sure my head's pointing upwards. Yeah, think I'm going to get the tarp up fairly quickly because the weather's a bit hit and miss at the moment. It's been forecasting rain, had a little bit of drizzle, but you never can tell at the moment. Kind of looks like it wants to rain, but who knows. But either way, I need to get set up, make sure my shelter's good, because we have got rain coming tonight. Got storms forecast as well, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get a good pitch. So I'm gonna get on that now, I think. Managed to gather a little bit of firewood on the way in. Saw a bit of hornbeam going, so I thought, yeah, that'd be good for the fire. Gonna need more than that though. Me for the night. Like I said, it's compact. It's a bit of a squeeze, I won't lie. This isn't a full body length mattress, but I can sort of sleep in the fetal position. And I've got cover from the weather, so yeah, have a fire out front. Don't think I'll need the fire through the night though, it's going to be quite mild. Main thing I need is just cover from the rain that's forecast. I've got my warm blanket as well, so yeah, this will be me. Need a pillow though. Pillow. The big question is, will I be able to sleep okay in it? Will I make it through the night? Is it going to be comfortable? The one other thing that I can do is have a little switch around the sleeping position, maybe go sort of that kind of way, put my feet down here. I can get my feet right down there, and that might be better for me. I can stretch out a bit more there. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I know what some of you are going to be thinking. That you're going to be thinking, Barney, what the bloody hell are you doing? And yet, I'm thinking the same. Charles Binion, if you're watching this video, this is all your fault. So at the moment you can see that the wind is blowing across the camp, which could be a problem when it starts raining later, but according to the forecast, the wind direction is forecast to shift around to come from the more southerly direction, so it should start blowing behind us later on this evening. Let's hope the forecast is right, eh? Just waiting for the kettle to boil. Not had a cup of tea for ages, so I'm gasping. The fire's going nicely. The wind should settle down a bit later. Got some bread to cook shortly for dinner tonight to go with a little bit of food I want to cook. So I'll bring you along for that. But all in all, I haven't got too much more to do now. I've got the hard work done, all the wood prep done, the shelter's up. Just going to feed myself, listen to a bit of cricket on the radio, and chill out. Shelter from the storm that's predicted. Oh, there we go. Just in time. Oops. Lovely. Got tea bags today. Got something to use up. Oh, that's better. So I'm going to knock up some bannock bread to go with my tea tonight. Let's get you some in there. So I brought my plate with me. I've got a bannock mix in this pot here. It's just self-raising flour, a bit of salt and some milk powder, and that's all it is really. So I'm going to put bulk of that in here. Probably leave over a bit because I don't know if I need all of this. Plus it's always good to have a little bit left over in case I over water it. And get my spoon. A little bit of water, a little bit at a time is my general policy, and then start mixing it all up like you're knocking up some mortar or something. And I'll bring you back. There will come a point when I'll have to get my fingers involved and get kneading it a little bit. Still a bit wet, I think. So a few minutes later, got myself a nice dough, and I've set up a little bit of a rig here. Well, not a rig, a few sticks. And what I'm going to do is pop it there. Oh no! That didn't work, did it? I'll try that again. I'll pop it here. Somehow. There we go, that'll do. There we go. Stoke that fire up. And then that will probably take an hour or so to cook, I think. Yeah, because it's not getting a huge amount of heat there. But it will do. Alright folks, so the bread's still cooking away there slowly. It's been on about half hour now. I've been flipping it. But whilst that's going, I'm going to make a start on dinner, I think. So I've got my billy can here, and I'm going to chuck a few things in that for a bit of a stew sort of thing. I've done a lot of my prep already before I came out. I've got a little mini Babybel cheese there that I'll put in at the end. I've got some chorizo here that I need to chop up, and then otherwise in there I've got onion, pepper, mushroom and garlic all chopped up, and then to add to that I've got a tin of chopped tomatoes, little pot of herbs and seasoning that I've mixed together, and I'm also going to pop an egg into the stew, which will poach in the sauce and give it an extra dimension of flavour. So I'm going to get the chorizo started first, get some oils coming out of that, because that's going to be my sort of, it's going to generate the oil that I need to cook the rest of it. Get the veggies cooking, and then I'll chuck in the tomatoes, and then towards the end I'll put the egg in, and the cheese, of course, don't forget the cheese. So I'll bring you along. Don't worry, I disinfected this surface before I started prepping. spicy, that sausage. Lovely jubbly. Have a little look at the bread. Spin that round. Oh. So, in with the veggies now. I'm not sure they're all going to fit in. Oh dear. I think I've done too much. That's a worry. It should shrink down a bit anyway once it starts cooking. You can get that garlic in though. Look at that. Most of that went on the ground. Yeah, I think I've definitely gone a bit overboard with the veggies. Never mind. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of water to that and then lift it up a bit. Oops. A little bit more. Double that. Ooh. Herbs burn nice. Smells lovely too. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make a little void in the middle. I'll try to anyway. Ooh, that tastes nice. Now it's egg time. This could get... that was terrible of me, wasn't it? But, yeah. The egg's in there. I'll pop the lid on. Get it on there. Drop that down a little bit. I think once I've had my dinner, I'm going to change my bedding around a little bit. I'm going to sleep sort of lengthways in the Plough Point shelter in the Plash Palatka, and I think that'll give me best protection from the weather, because sleeping across the width there, it's a bit too cramped for me. I think I'm sort of scrunched up like into a ball. So yeah, I'll flip it around, and I might even lay it with my head down that end, because I don't mind if my feet stick out the end so much. I'll probably keep my boots on, and I'll wrap myself up in my wool blanket as well anyway. So I'm not anticipating it being a particularly cold night tonight, hence why I'm not going to let the fire burn through the night either. I don't need to. But I've got plenty of wood prepped anyway, just in case. I really like that shelter though, the Plash Palatka. Obviously I've been inspired somewhat by Giles Binion and his videos, and I've been wanting to try it out like that on a sort of solo camp for a while, with a nice little fire in front. I've been umming and ahhing the last couple of hours or so whether I want to keep using this shelter like that, and the conclusion I'm coming to is I think it's just a little bit too small for me. At home I've got my 8x8 foot square wax canvas tarp that you've seen me use before, so I think when I do camps like this, that would be much more suitable for me. And I was thinking about taking it today actually, but I really wanted to have a play with this one. But I think the 8x8 foot square tarp just gives you a little bit more room, and I weighed them as well. There's only 100 gram difference between the two tarps, so in terms of the 8x8 being heavier. So yeah, next time I'm going to run with that tarp. Next time I do a woodland camp, that is. But yeah, I like the setup though. I should probably recreate this with my bigger tarp. It's starting to get dark in the under the canopy here, or darker. Starting to cloud over a bit. But almost dinner time, and then it's beer o'clock. Nibbled on a bit of my bread already. I was getting hungry, but not my best effort if I'm honest, but it's cooked through. This looks delicious. Bit of chorizo. Let that cool down for a bit, I think. It's like lava, that sauce. So dinner done. Just changed around my bed in a little bit. The bar is open. First up, I've got this peanut butter milk stout. Got some nice memories attached to this one because I've discovered this stout at a friend's engagement party in a pub in King's Cross in London. So I drank a lot of it at that engagement party. So shout out Ben and Cass. Delicious. This is the life though. This is what it's all about for me. Just coming out and chilling out. This camp was actually supposed to be a bike packing trip on the Brompton, but I had an issue with the Brommy. The other day I got a puncture on the back wheel, and you know that was easily fixed, but on doing so I noticed that the tyres were absolutely knackered, so I had to order in some new tyres. I fitted them last night, but by the time I did that I thought, you know what, I'm just going to change my camping plans now. But I'll get that out in the camp soon enough. But one of the things that I'm thinking of doing over the autumn and winter is more camping like this with the wool blanket and the canvas tarp. I think I'm going to sort of try and stick to the same sort of kit when I come woodland camping, because I'm always like faffing around, chopping and changing bits here and there and what have you. I think for the next few months, the next few woodland camps at least, I'm going to try and stick to the same kind of style of camping, i.e. this, albeit probably with the bigger tarp, and yeah, keep it real, practice some more skills, cook some decent food as well. You know, I don't want to take ready meals or whatnot out camping, or instant noodles or anything like that. I want to cook some proper food now. certainly for the winter months. But in October, quite excited because I've got a trip down to Dartmoor scheduled, weather permitting, because it can be a bit ruthless down there with the weather. I'm down there for 2 weeks in October, and we're down in Cornwall anyway, and I'm planning to get to Dartmoor for a camp then. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Never camped on Dartmoor before. Yeah, should be good. Just chucked a little bit of oak on the fire, so I'm hoping that'll burn quite nicely and gently. Lovely jubbly though. So I brought a second beer with me tonight, folks, and I noticed that Lef has started doing their beer in cans, which means they're camp friendly. Look at that. One of the best beers going there is. Cheers. Oh, that's amazing. Love a Lef. It's quite hot sitting here in front of this fire. I had to let it burn down a bit because I was starting to sweat. Definitely don't need that tonight when I go to bed. But happy days. I think there's still rain forecast, but it's not due till sort of 9-10ish or so. We'll see what happens. It might blow us by. Alright, I'll say good night, folks. I'm just going to chill in front of the fire, listen to the end of the cricket, enjoy this beer. I did bring a tin of rice pudding for pudding, but I had so much dinner to eat there, I don't think I'm going to have any room for it. I'll save that for the next camp. Morning. Well, that was a damp night. It rained quite a bit as forecast, and yeah, it was quite a tricky night, to be honest with you, under this. Bit of a battle to stay dry. Plenty warm enough, mind. But yeah, this thing was letting a bit of water through a little, but I think that's just the nature of canvas, really. So I kept touching the fabric, and that kept having a sort of capillary effect on it. So that's mostly my fault, I think, really, but corroborates the concern that I had that I was a bit too big for this shelter. But need to get that brew on. There we go. But otherwise, got a good few hours sleep there. As always, it's broken sleep, you know, toss and turn through the night, but I'm like that when I sleep at home, to be honest with you. As you can see with the fire, the wind has had a complete about turn during the night. It was blowing that way yesterday, and now it's blowing that way. And yeah, the forecaster sort of said that would happen as well. Yeah, time for tea. Cheers. Quite nice watching the sun rise through the trees.